We have one viewer. Mm. What has you up so late? Or where you tuning in from if you talk or a lot of people just like to watch and listen. Which one are you? Do you engage or do y'all just watch? Oh, I got five viewers now. Hope everybody's having a good night. I'm up doing my normal stroll, figuring out where I'm laying my head next. Hey, what's going on, Wes? How's your night going? Were you tapping in from? Any likes, follows, shares? Go look at my page. Everything is on there. Uh, oh, that's what's up. Uh, you said, oh, North Carolina. You said, is it North Carolina? That's on NC. I know. You gotta be quick out here. But my story, any 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 follows, any helps me out. Uh, yeah, man, you can have. See, I'm allergic. I'm allergic to that seasonal stuff out there. Y'all got that snow. I don't like snow, man. I don't like snow. But nah, it's dope. I've been out there once for training. But yeah, I'm from the East Coast. I'm in Old Midwest. Grew up in Chicago. Born in Mississippi. Well, born in Chicago, grew up in Mississippi. Queen City, Charlotte. That's just up. Well, I hope you're having a great night. But for the two people, hey, I appreciate y'all watching. Um, hey, feel free to go check out my page. I'm fighting for my life at this point. Um, I was wrongfully terminated from my previous employer. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, oh, hey, who was that? Hey, Pinky, I needed that, man. I needed that. Hey, what's going on? I'm gonna call you. Sure. I'm thank you for tapping in. Uh, I needed that laugh, man. It's been a rough day. It's I don't know how many fathers I got tapping in, but it's crazy. I realized that I was told that the truth would set me free. Um, I appreciate it. Hey, Papa, I appreciate it. I was told the truth would set me free, and here I am, growing up as a kid, and being told you gotta tell the truth. You guys, and I was like, all right, well, shit, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take the advice. I'm gonna tell the truth. I told the truth about everything. uh, I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. Man, it's been a journey. I never realized that speaking up for other people can lead me on a path to become homeless. But as I've conquered this process and being a hero just yesterday, you know, being being thanked for being a great father and everything, and ultimately being told now that I I can't even contact through my kids through a regular way. I have to go through an app to speak with my kids or to coordinate when I haven't done anything but tell you that you weren't being nice to me and I'm being punished. That kind of hit me hard, and I almost have to check myself into a mental health unit because I'm like I'm being told all you got to do is tell how you really feel, and I'm being retaliated against. So it's been a journey. It's been a journey. I've been just trying to do what I can, I guess, to you know take myself somewhere else. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm trying. I not trying because I'm doing. I told myself I want to be who I would want in this predicament. So instead of hunkering down and becoming a shell and being like that bitter man, I was like, let me share my story for other men to encourage them. Like, hey, like you can be, I guess, quote unquote, emotional available, and you can show your emotions without being criticized or scrutinized and now being painted to be a crazy person because it's not typical for a male, let alone a black male, to be vocal and show to the world that he's hurt for people being mean to him. I'm a big ass kid at heart. So if you mean to me, I'm gonna tell you you're mean to me in a nice way. And if you really mean to me when you say you're gonna be nice to me, I might cry and I have no problem with that. I can't old friend, the thing about this journey is that when I say I compromise and I did for everybody regardless of what they did to me, um, they are used to the old me and I don't want no connections with the old me. The old me is dead. And so I literally have to it for right now, especially with me being homeless and enduring this, I had to cut everybody out because they can't do nothing for me, and I know it sounds crazy saying that, but really people who knew the old you, and I don't want the connections with the old me at all. The only connections is the ones that I'm glad and I'm going to take care of are my kids. But anybody else from my past, including family, and that's including my mom and dad. I have no ties to go back to my old city, my old. No, I'm planning on leaving the country completely, and that's how it turned out because I would have never somebody that I love, that I adore, that's like my everything, regardless of if we broken up or whatever. If like I have love for you, like, I would never let somebody get to the point to where they're homeless. So that's but yeah, I'm just trying to roam, try to keep my head some type of occupied. So, if anybody got any other tips when they get anxiety, but the number one tip I got for when you got anxiety, you walk. All right. So, I find the most safest place, in my area that I can go and walk freely, and I have to be so much on alert because it is. You hear a lot of crazy noises and a lot of crazy things happen at nighttime. Huh. Actually, a year ago, I was laying in bed with my wife. Well, she wasn't my wife yet. She's just my girlfriend. Now she's living her best life. And I'm living my best life too. I'm living my best life too. And that's a commitment. And I commend you for that, Wes, because a lot of people can't even, just admit alone that they have issues. And for you to go to the extent to, admit that you have an issue as well as go seek treatment, that's amazing. That's strength right there. Hey, don't make me start crying. Hey, because it's I've been a big baby, all I got now is my voice. I got that's all I've ever had, you know. I I thought the materialistic thing, me being the military, me being a leader, single dad, member of the church, all these things was going to define who I am ultimately as a person. And I realized very quickly that that didn't mean nothing, especially because when you put your all into people who really don't understand you and definitely don't appreciate who you are, uh, it's like pouring into a bucket with the bottom that's missing. It's going nowhere, you know. And so, hey, I love you too, bro. I love you too. I appreciate it. And and then when you say no, that's when you become a villain. Or when you say, hey, like I'm not going to continue allow you to talk down on me, then you become a villain. And I've repeated that. And I was like, man, I questioned myself for so many years and like I'm doing something bad. But people who meet me in a very organic way, they adore me, they love me, and those are ones who I've met while skating, which I started skating 2 years, 3 years ago, and that saved my life, and I had to separate that from my wife because that's how I met my wife. I met her skating. I got so good at skating, I started helping the instructors who taught me how to skate. Now I'm teaching them other people how to skate because they think I'm just a fun person, and I met my wife there. And I remember the first thing she said was that I'm in therapy and I go to church. And at that time I was seeking a church home. And I was just eager, and I was like, well, maybe, because I've been in divorce. I've been married, divorced. This would be my fourth divorce. I've been I just want to find love and be accepted. But ultimately, I thought that was my person, and then we jumped the gun. We went to Vegas. She wanted to go to Vegas to get married. I said it to her. And we went to Vegas, got married, and it went downhill from there because it was all lies and it wasn't from my side. It wasn't a lot of being forthcoming until afterwards, and it was used as a way to gaslight me. Um, but again, like all that, it still gave me strength because I was able to tell people, regardless of the situation, I can't accept this because you're not being nice to me. Regardless if it was it'd be my seventh divorce, regardless of it'd be my mom and my dad and stuff like that. So I like look, I can't be a hypocrite when I tell other people or somebody that I care for come to me and say that, hey, this is going on, and then I'm telling them to my what I would do, but I'm not doing it. And it's not because I wanna separate myself from everybody. I don't wanna be isolated, but I don't wanna be somewhere that people do not appreciate me or take advantage of my kindness and my love because my love and kindness is unconditional. Like I like I will give you my all, my last, even if I don't even have anything. You know, as I'm that pitcher that keeps on pouring regardless of I know that I don't even know if I got anything left. I feel depleted, but I'm thinking that if I pour into this person, that when they'll see that, I need a little bit pouring into, they'll pour into me, but they be like, all right, thank you. And they're going about down the road somewhere. So I know I've just rambled. That's not even the tip of what I'm enduring, but I read a book called Inner Excellence by Jim Murphy, and it stated in one of the chapters, uh, anxiety is a heart and mind full of different goals and wants and quote unquote needs but in order for you to be able to do all those things and to make it more simple to do all those things, it states that you put and focus on only one thing, and that one thing is going to make it easier for you to do everything else you want to do. And that one thing is God. And that's where my faith truly came from and really, really like defined was doing this process because that's why I found God. Yeah, you gotta I gotta be a little bit lower talking because I didn't hear his footsteps. I don't like people getting that close to me. He was probably mm, about 12 foot, 12 feet before I heard his footsteps, and that's way too close. That's way too close. It was a couple of weeks back. I was out doing my regular walking and I heard screaming, and then I heard all the ambulance and whatnot. It was a crazy dude with a knife. He stabbed somebody up. Yeah, God is he's real. He's real. I'm gonna share something else with you. Both of my accounts were in the negative, and I got to move my car tomorrow. I've been ate. I'm like, I ain't got no money, and I'm just sitting there like, I didn't sold everything. I didn't sold all my shoes. I didn't sold my both my gaming PCs. Well, one was my son. Uh, I didn't take all my son's little piggy bank money that could, you know, uh, but I'm pretty much I'm I'm struggling, right? Like I'm like one one day away from selling something. But somebody blessed me unknowingly, you know, with $150, and it was able to get my account out of the negative, and then able to give me a little money in my pocket, so I'm able to put some gas in my car now and move my car, and then and until I get a break, and I don't want to go through this journey being untruthful and lying or taking advantage of somebody else that's eager to like give me or help me out because they have different intentions, but I can't like, so I just right now I've been surviving off of you know faith and blessings from people that believe in my journey, and but Yeah, it's definitely that God is real, and whoever say God isn't real, now that's a person that's crazy. But some people lose their faith. They see what's going on in the media, but right now, people that are prophets, pastors, preachers, being and doing the most heinous things within the church. And so I said in one of my posts that Christianity is worse than the crack epidemic in the 80s, because instead of people actually focusing on their issues, they're running to something else that is popular. And being a Christian right now is popular. That's what everybody's running to. But it and instead of getting to work on their true traumas, they're running to church, and now that's why the churches are not safe places anymore. So the beautifulness of my ultimate goal when I be able to get out of this, well, when I be able to get out of the situation is when I'm planning on leaving the country. I'm able to experience other cultures, and I'm still going. My faith is still going to be in God, but I can find a place of people that accept me, appreciate me, as well as believe in God, and the blessings that He give us, not just the physical stuff, but just like the air we breathe, the trees, the water, the wind. Hey, look, anything anything is a blessing. You know, uh, you talking to me is something that it's money money can buy. Just genuine conversation, and a person uh like connecting with me, and just talking. A burrito, zesty burrito, that's fun. I appreciate it. Any just check out my page, again, I'm transparent. There's no tricks, there's no nothing. All I have is my voice. That's all I'm going to use is my voice. uh I'm not in a, people say you're in a fixated world or whatever case may be, but those are people who want to talk me out of what I am already achieving by myself, because in their mind they knew they couldn't do it. So they try to put their limitations on me, but I don't like that. And so that's why I just gotta hunker down myself. But I definitely appreciate everything that's people has graciously given me, even if it's conversation. You know, I don't even know if anybody's listening, but my daughter's birthday is coming up, and I'm curious now if I'm gonna be able to see her, because the only way for me to communicate with my ex is through an app now, and I'm not getting that fluffing app. I didn't do anything. I didn't curse her out. I didn't belittle her. I just said, "You are not being nice to me. Like, how can you have married me or us been married and you say I'm a good father, but then just because I tell you you are not nice to me, didn't curse, didn't call out her name, none of that, none of that. But I'm being punished." Look, talking about my trust issues began not when my mama said to come here, but when she said the truth will set you free before she said to come here. That's when my trust issues began. Uh, yeah, mm-mm. They say I love my mama in my bed. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Hey, William, thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Any shares, likes, any views on my videos, that you helping me spread my voice. I ain't trying to any engagement questions, anything like that. People can tap in or whatever. I take anything. I take any questions, how I get to this point of being two, three, oh shit, no. You know what? It's coming up with my 3-year mark of being retired. 3-year mark of being retired, and I'm being homeless. My 3-year mark would be uh October 1st. Be my 3 years of me being retired from the Marine Corps. Mm. What a journey. What a journey. Your life is like one big ass of Rubik's Cube. One viewer. What we got viewing? Tap in, put something in the comment. Any like shares, subscribes are appreciated. I want to pull up my shirt, show my stomach, be like, for 10 cents a day, you can support this starving kid from Africa. Um, Excuse me, ma'am. Do you have any spare change?